because a couple of people by doing that in the past, and they're embarrassed by it. You don't need to be embarrassed. If you don't start no shit with me, there's no reason for you to be embarrassed by anything. I know a lot of stuff, folks, and I'm willing to help all of you. I'm willing to give you answers to your questions. I'm willing to show you by example. Can you show me a trade where you do this, this? Sure, watch this. Boom. I have no problem doing that. I know some of you need to see that. There's nothing wrong with that. But giving you signals, entries, stop losses, targets, managing your stop loss for you, that is not how you teach somebody. That's not how you do it. If I give you rules and parameters, start with this, and you grow into it yourself. When you do those types of things, you learn by default wrestling with your own emotions. And then here's the thing that you're trying to hide from. But these are the very things that make you better. They improve you. By you going through the motion of training the way I teach it and practicing the way I tell you to practice and going the slow path through it, you got to give yourself time to discover what you're fucking up on. Rushing into trying to, well, I watched that video. I understand the silver bullet. All I got to do is look for that first presented fair value gap and just look for a relative equal high or relative equal low. And I'm just going to just do that and make money. I don't give a fuck about all this bullshit. All these different fucking models. I ain't got time for that. I got money to make. Okay. You might get lucky once in a while. But what happens is then you have a losing trade and you have that chemical imbalance, that chemical romance where you need to fix it right away. And because you didn't want to listen, you didn't want to listen to the old man rant to keep your shit calibrated. You didn't want to listen to that. So what are you going to do? Wreck yourself? That small, little losing trade that you fucked up on, you wish you never would have did, but now you put yourself on the line. You told everybody, this is what I'm doing with my account. This is the balance for right now. And all of a sudden you just took a small loss. Now the number isn't what it was. You showed on social media. Fuck. Lip service Larry, he's going to look at this next time I post, and he's going to give me all kinds of shit about this, that I took a loss. While the loss is insignificant, but the pain and the power you give everybody else over you because of their words. What the fuck are these words going to do to you? All these people on the internet call me a fraud. All these people say I can't fucking trade. What do you see? What do you see? Do you see somebody that's guessing? Do you see somebody that's having their feelings hurt when they talk that shit? I reply directly to the people that act like a nail. And that offends some of you because you got questions, but I already gave you the answers. I don't owe you a response directly because I've already answered that. But come here talking shit and I'm up in your fucking grill because I'm waiting for you. I'm not hiding the comments because I'm scared on YouTube. I'm out here, right here, where everybody can touch me, handle me, see if I won't put some shit on you. But they don't do it. They won't do it because they don't have the power to unseat me. They don't have the authority to remove the efficacy, the precision, the consistency that the Father's given me, and I'm sharing to you for free. They have no authority over that. The devil ain't got any authority over that. That's why he can't do anything to stop it. And the worst he can do is accuse, run his little mouth, his mealy little mouth. And the weak-minded people, they listen to it. Oh, yeah, that's probably true. And the people that can trust with common sense and their own eyes, you've been here, right? You've been here. You watched me do this week. I outlined what I said, what's going to happen in the marketplace. I call the levels out here. If I'm not doing it on X, I'm in my students' live streams. Here's the level. And I just want to apologize again. Dasha, who runs Lumi Traders, she was live streaming the other day. And I generally, I tie strings around my fingers and bite my tongue when I watch my students that live stream and they're looking at something that I know is not right. And she knows I like her and I respect her and I don't want anything bad to happen to her. And I never say anything bad to her, anything she's done. Even though she wrote a book and a lot of people say, she's making money off of you. If you read the book, she's crediting me. And then by that, when you come to find out who I am, then you hear me say, the Lord Jesus Christ, by revelation, taught me how to do all these things. And I don't care if you don't believe that, but that's the truth. It's not found in anybody else's stuff. So I give him all the glory. She allowed that platform to exist. So I don't have anything against her. I didn't say anything bad. And I asked her, I said, send me a copy of your book. I want to read it and review it. I haven't done it yet. Yeah, I just thumbed through, saw the picture. I think her depictions and annotations are the best of all my students. They're very organized. And it would take a woman usually to do that. But you're simping, bitch. I had to look that up the first time somebody told me that. You're simping. So anyway, Thursday I showed up in her live stream and she was talking about how she wanted to see it go up. And I was like, ugh. Be careful. And she picked up on it. Like in my head, I was saying, if you can hear me, just don't do that. Don't go long. Don't go long. Don't go long. And she's like, I've noticed every time Michael comes in here and he says, be careful, I take a losing trade. And I was like, yes, you picked up on it. You picked up on it. Clairvoyance. Woo. So I called out the level of sell side that I was using for that trade that you saw later in the day. And obviously not to brag or anything, but it did. It went down. And then I said, I'm sorry, but I don't like to step on the students' toes, and I don't want to go in and like command the audience in their live streams. And I don't want them to be embarrassed by me saying, that's wrong, go do this. But I was just having a wonderful week, and I did have a wonderful week. And I didn't want to go into it with regret, knowing that I could have said something to subtly, and I think I did by doing what I did subtly in her stream. She picked up on it, and she didn't hurt herself. And I'm just thankful that she was mature enough to see it that way and me not be viewed as, coming in and trying to steal the spotlight or whatever. I go in and I see the students. I wish them well, say hi to them. And sometimes if I feel inspired, I'll drop the level the market's going to use. And then I roll out. That's it. So I think this week was a testimony without even really trying. Like what I've taught you already, you have the ability to do 20, 30 times what you saw me do examples of. You're looking at lower time frame setups. So how many setups are forming in an intraday universe of price action? Lots of them. I said the other day, I could take 25 trades before the close of regular trading hours the other day. And people were looking at me like, that's some cap shit. That's some bullshit. You're nuts. I could pull up a 15-second chart, a 5-second chart, and I will fucking go up, down all day long and do hundreds of fucking trades in a day. Hundreds of them in a day. Just because you don't have the perception of price action like that right now doesn't mean it's not true or valid. Doesn't mean that at all. It just means that your limited vision, your limited perspective of a price action right now blinds you from the opportunities that time doing this will afford you. You will see things that you don't see right now 5 years from now. And you're like, man, if I would have been able to see this then, shit, all these opportunities, right? But what you hear by me saying that is he's trying to tell me to go faster so I can get to that 5-year mark sooner than 5 years experience. And there's no way to do that. That's the paradox of time. You can't speed it up. You think if you do more, and if you push harder, if you try harder, if you do things your own way, not follow the well-worn path I've laid out for you, you want to go into the sticker bushes. You want to stomp through the fucking molasses swamp. You want the shortcut. And the only thing you're going to get is hitchhikers, poison ivy, or worse. You're going to have regret. Then you're going to have to backtrack, go all the way back to the beginning where you started from. But now what do you have? You have scar tissues, painful experiences that's going to be now a factor for you. Am I going to have the same problem if I keep going around the bend of this well-worn path? That there's going to be something that's going to hurt me because I did this in my own hands before and I hurt myself. If you listen to me, I have already shortened the process for you. I've made it as more direct than any of you ever could possibly find it. But it takes effort, it takes organization, and it takes time. And all of you are pushing that time further away from where you are right now by simply not listening to me. Not listening to me like you're listening to me now, but understanding what I said, practicing this specific way, do these things, and don't focus on these types of things. The negativity. The first litmus test with me is if you get caught up in the bullshit, what do you believe more? You believe the opinion of people you don't know. You don't know these people. They put a post up on the internet. Smart Money Concepts is rebranded Wyckoff. Okay, $5 million. Find what I taught with these PD arrays in anything Wyckoff. It's a very simple $5 million to get it. Boom, $5 million, just like that. Easy money. Nobody does it. That tells you they're bullshit. But if you take the effort to believe them without doing your own research, you've already proven you aren't worthy to be here. You're not worth my time. That's what it boils down to. Because if you have any common sense, you say, I want to really take a look at this because I want to know that when I walk away from all this stuff, I've made the right decision. This guy's a scammer. This concepts don't work. None of this holds up in real market conditions. It's not replicated in anybody else doing it. But then when you come here and you listen to me and I pour myself into you in a condition that is not monetized, had to bring the pups in there out there barking at the deer. I was hoping they would shut up, but and they were coming around the back more, and that means that it's going to be louder because they're going to be by the French doors. But when you have these the evidence in your own hands, it's easy for you to dismiss the stuff that you'll see online. And it's just tribal mentality. That's all it is. I see it in sports. You see these guys, these grown-ass men, and they're bromancing over the players, the quarterbacks, the running backs, the golfer, the basketball player. They're individual goats, the greatest of all time. And as soon as they put their opinion about who's the greatest of all time, or this is the best player, or this is the best sport, or this is the best team, when they put that out there in the ether, what do you think is going to happen? Somebody that needs to have attention, someone that hadn't had any validation, is going to come out and say the contrary, when both of them are just sharing an opinion. Now, I have a biased opinion about what I'm going to say. I'm biased. There's nothing out there in trading that's better than this that I'm teaching, because mine is perfect, and you can't improve upon perfect. Now, perfection in the hands of a neophyte is not perfection. So when you hear people say, yeah, I tried SMT, ICT stuff, it's a scam, it didn't work for me. Okay, so that means everybody else that's making money with it, everybody else, they're all scammers. It's a liar. The prop firms and the brokerage firms that yield those payouts and withdrawals just gave them charitable money. What takes more confidence and faith in believing that they use a logic that's repeating that they learned from here, right here, and they put it to task in their own hands and they made money with it? Or everybody else is a liar? Come on, man. In the early stages of when I came out and started revealing this stuff, it's understandable. But now it's just silly. Like, it's undeniable. It's got a hold on the industry as a whole. Look how many people are talking about the concepts that you're learning. They're everywhere.